I thought this game was obviously a tale of two halves. When we played at their energy level, I thought we did some good things in the first half. There was about a 3-minute stretch where we didn't score the ball well and didn't take advantage of some opportunities. But the energy was good in the game, which is why the game was tied, because you've got to match their energy. They have so many weapons. You got to pay attention to detail, both mentally and physically. The second half, they just wore us down. Our third game in 7 days, I felt like our legs left us, our mental sharpness left us, our rotations weren't there on defense, and that's too good of a team to give open looks to, open rebounds and things of that nature, transition buckets. I just felt like they didn't bring their level of energy or play down. Ours slipped in the second half, and it was the difference in the game. This team has won 5 out of his last 7. I think they're going to be a good road team. The focus for us right now is to get them rested, take the next couple of days off, get their books tomorrow, start school on Monday, and really let their legs come back and let their energy come back before we head down out on the road.
Did you think there was any actual malice on the play that you did?
I never looked at the screen to see the play. The staff talked about it, and a couple of the players talked about it. And the officials looked at it and came over and says, "Here's what we saw. Here's what we're going to do." And those guys are really good officials. But Dylan is everything I've seen with him is first-class guy, good guy, and everything else. I don't know if that's the heat of the moment or what. So, but I really have not seen the play yet to make that kind of judgment on it.
Despite his coming off the bench, did you expect Boucher to be one of their go-to guys once Brooks left?
He is a tremendous shooter, and he's a matchup nightmare because if you're fatigued and you don't get out to the corners on him, he will just flat out light you up. If you have a smaller guard on him, he will post you up. If you put a bigger guy on him, he's going to beat him off the dribble. So he's just a tough matchup with that kind of size. I know he's been struggling lately, but he certainly didn't struggle tonight. They've got weapons where Dorsey was the guy over in Seattle. He was the guy here tonight. They really stepped up and shot the ball for him and carried him.
Is it encouraging and maybe a lesson for this team that they can play with an elite team like Oregon down the road? You're going to see a lot of teams at that caliber.
We'll definitely see more teams at that caliber. You talk about UCLA and Arizona, SC, Cal. Every team in the conference is going to present different challenges. But the thing that we can get out of this is the way we've closed out these games, the 5 out of the last 7, how we've won them, how our defense has stepped up in the last 5 or 6 minutes of all of these games have been outstanding. This first half, when we had our energy in our legs, we could play with them. I mean, Connor was a load. We were scoring. Things were doing well for us. I just felt like we hit the wall. And we hit the wall. They did not hit the wall. They just spread us out even more, beat us off the dribble more. So, yes, it's encouraging. You'd have liked to have given them a much better game in the second half. But at the same time, we got to stay positive of what we've accomplished so far because this team is not the same team as we were last year, and I'm anxious to get them on the road to see how they respond.
Do you feel like Ike has changed his mental approach in the last few games that's allowed him to play a lot more aggressively?
We've given him the ball and played him at the point the last few games, and we've asked him to put pace, put tempo a little bit. And just give Malachi an opportunity to get off the ball and get an opportunity to score a little bit more because he shoots it so well. And plus, you've got that freshman that you don't want to wear him down, particularly as we get into conference play. So you're seeing a more aggressive Ike because he's the point guard. He's getting the ball. He's bringing it down the floor. It's in his hands more to make more plays. He's doing a good job of it.
Obviously, it helps when Beyonce and Malachi are getting threes, but the way your team is attacking zone defenses, it seems like it's opening up a lot for you guys.
It really is, and I was happy that Beyonce made some shots tonight. Keith Langston, he's a really good shooter, got some minute. Even Stevie off the bench, our walk-on spray rigger, he's a good shooter. They're all excellent shooters. So those are some valuable 2 or 3 minutes for confidence for those guys. But with the way Connor and Josh can score inside, it really does give you an opportunity, whether you're in man or zone, to play a lot of inside-out or shooter opposite one of those good bigs that'll give them good looks.
How important is it for Connor to stay in games like this where he has kind of a size advantage and not to foul out or get fouls early?
Very important, and that was a big loss for us because I felt like they couldn't guard him. But yet he got into foul trouble. He had a hard time guarding Bell, quick off the dribble and those things. We made a couple key mistakes there that cost us some key fouls, and I thought it hurt us not having him on the floor in a rhythm scoring the basketball.